Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. It's Ken here with Cantstaymoored Collecting. I'm a four-figure eBay seller selling Pokemon sports cards, football, baseball, basketball, hockey on eBay. I've been doing eBay since about Thanksgiving of 2024, and I've had 2 really good months up until February. February is still going on, so still ongoing. But I sent these group of cards out in the PSA special back in the beginning of December. PSA received them on the 18th of December, and they sat there probably till the middle of January. Finally got my cards back, so let's take a look and see how I did. Alright, so I got my box here. I've never opened one of these, so I'm going to make sure I'm careful enough to not reveal the grades as I go through this. I want to make sure I have it off to the side here. So I got my little setup here. So after watching enough videos on people doing this, I have an idea of what I'm doing, at least I think. We'll see. So this is a mixed lot that I did. I ended up picking up this card in a lot from a family that was getting out of Pokemon. Gengars I know do really well in the Pokemon side of the house, so I wanted to make sure that I try to capitalize on that as much as humanly possible. When I sent this card in, it was really clean. I thought it looked really good. The centering looked good in my opinion for PSA, so I wanted to send it in. So let's see what I did. 9. So I'll have to take a look. Maybe the centering was a little bit off, but I thought it was a clean card, but a 9 isn't terrible for me. Put my little stacks up here at the top, so 9 in the middle. So the next card, again, Pokemon card, same lot. I know Mewtwo's also do really well. Being a Pokemon kid growing up, Mewtwo's were always the card to go after outside of the Charizard. This was another one of those cards I picked up in the same lot as the Gengar, and I was super excited because it looked really clean. Centering was pretty good, and got a 10. So first PSA 10 is the Pokemon Go Mewtwo. So again, not in any order here. But the next card is Prism baseball card that I picked up when I was still grabbing packs to rip. I was super excited about grabbing them. Baseball's always been one of those like favorite sports for me. Ellie Deli Cruz is probably the next big thing when it comes to a position player. And it was a nice blue ice. I thought it popped with the red here, and it got a 10. So 3 cards in out of an 18 card lot, 2 10s and a 9. I'm off to a hot start, if I must say so myself. So the next card here, LeBron James Optic. I picked this up in a 2-lot set that I won off an auction a couple of years ago. I found it for about 30 bucks and got really excited, so I wanted to make sure I capitalized on it. It was really clean, and it's numbered to 99, and it also got a 10. So the next one is Victor Wembanyama Revolution Winter. I picked this up at a card show down here in the 757 area. It was a couple bucks. I couldn't really beat it. It looks really clean. I was like, you know what? If all else fails, I can. No, sorry about that. I can get it graded and see how it goes from there. And it ended up getting a 9. It's not too terrible. Maybe it was the corner down here. You can kind of see it a little bit. This little corner. is maybe what kind of did it in. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty clean. Maybe a little off center now that I look more in detail at it. This is another one of those cards I picked up at the card show here in the 757 area. It was Paul Skeens top now. He had just been announced Rookie of the Year. And, you know, the hype was huge with him. So I picked it up at the card show and got it sent in, and it got a 10. So I am 6 cards in right now. I got 4 10s and 2 9s. So I think PSA is making me eat my words here with cards in grading capacity right now. So again, this is another one of those, you know, top cards. I saw it, I picked it up. I think I only picked this up for like $3 or $4, so I wasn't too upset about it. And then it looked really clean, and I like the Topps chromes personally when it comes to baseball. And again, I didn't really see any issues with the card, so I definitely wanted to get it in, and it came back a 10. So I got 2 Paul Skeens 10s, so I cannot complain off of this lot at all. So back to the Pokemon card here, Duskull full art out of the Shrouded Fable set. It is really picked up steam on the raw side. So before it picked up steam, I wanted to make sure I got it sent in to get graded, but now it is hitting that big ticket item. I'm seeing this card go raw for like $40. This looked like one of the cleanest copies I've seen. I thought the centering was pretty on point. It was definitely within the 55, 45 range for PSA now, and that was before they changed their standards, and it came back a 9. So that's disappointing. Maybe there's some surface dinks or something. I don't really see it, but it came back a 9. So I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. All the critics, all the haters, go ahead. I've heard it for years. Nothing's gonna hurt my feelings at this point. They're just, you know, one new owner away from being good, in my opinion. I picked this up in a lot from a Facebook marketplace, and that was definitely not there when I sent that card in. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but you can kind of see, it looks like there's 2 lines down here on the card now. That definitely was not there when I sent this card in. I thought this card was super clean. It's a 2nd-year card, a little whiting on the cornering down here, but other than that, I thought it was a super clean card, so I didn't think it was gonna get dinged too much. But looking at the surface here, it definitely looks a little rough now, and it got an 8. Kind of disappointing, but this is a PC card, so I can't complain about it too much. But it was just, I mean, it's Michael Parsons, generational talent. I don't care if you're a Cowboys fan or not, you can't argue that. Alright, back into the Pokemon here. So I got this 2023 Mew in a group, or in a lot that I picked up, about 30 Japanese cards. I did a video recently about Japanese cards being cheaper than the English versions, and it's definitely true. This is definitely one of those cards, but it is definitely starting to pick up steam on both English and Japanese, so I'm pretty excited about it, and it got a 10. Super beautiful card. I think the pink and the gold and the blue eyes for the Mew kind of pop, so definitely makes it worth it. Again, same set, or a different set actually, out of the Super Electric Breaker, or the Surging Sparks equivalent for Japanese, Pikachu. Same lot that I got the other Mew car out of. The rest of the Japanese cards are all the same lot, so I don't have to keep talking about it. I got 3 copies of this card. This was the cleanest card of the group, so I wanted to get this one graded for no other reason other than it's Pikachu. So I had the mentality, if it got a high grade, I would sell it. If it got a low grade, I would keep it. And it got a 10. Man, PSA is definitely going to make me eat my words here on if I'm going to continue using them to grade cards. So it's my 10 stack, my 9 stack, and my 8 stack for right now. Next card up here is a Pikachu super rare. Which is, again, it's Pikachu. Like, how can you not like Pikachu? So I picked it up. There's only one of these copies came with it, so I wanted to get it graded regardless, and it came back a 10. I think the centering looks pretty perfect on this card, if I say so myself. So I got the super rare, and then I got the ultra rare gold Pikachu that I definitely wanted to grade as well. So it was one of those very beautiful, very unique cards. I wanted to get it graded and see if I couldn't flip it for a little bit more than what I got it for. And it came back a 10. I am getting lucky with my Pokemon cards here in the 10s. Continuing with some Pokemon cards here. I got a Squirtle out of the 151 set for Japanese. Squirtle is by far my favorite Pokemon. I was trying to get the full set Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise. Wasn't able to get it out of the group that I got the rest of my Japanese cards in for when I originally bought these. But I couldn't pass it up. Super cool, beautiful card, and it got a 10. So Charmander, full art out of the 151 set. Was also trying to do the Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. I just don't have the money to get a Charizard right now, as much as I would love one. And the English version is definitely a bit out of my price range for now. But I got the Japanese version, and it got a 10. So I have the mentality and the rule set of if it's anything less than a 10, I'm gonna or less than a 9, I'm going to sell it. So this one I will end up selling and then pick up another copy to grade for myself or pick up a graded one in the future. So this is not my card, actually. This is my son's card. Story for this one, though, is I lived in Japan for a couple years while serving in the military, which I still actively serve. But I was stationed in Japan. Both my kids, older kids, came out to see me, and we were in Tokyo, and we found a vending machine of Pokemon cards. So I gave both my kids a couple thousand yen. We picked up, each got a pack, and this was the card that my oldest got out of it, and he begged and pleaded for me to get it graded, so I finally did, and it came back a 10. So I'm super excited for him. That is also his first graded card, so it's a good first card to get graded. The next one is a Charmander promo. Again, this is one of those cards that I saw increasing in value a couple months ago, and I wanted to pick it up and get it going for myself. And it, this was the cleanest copy I had, so I want to get it sent in. And now that I look at it, there's definitely a dink on the back, so that's not good. And it came back a 5. So I think I know why it came back a 5, but I don't remember that being there when I originally sent the card in, so that's a little upsetting. It's actually super upsetting. Because I still had this still in the plastic wrapper that the promos came in. But again, it's another PC card, so I'm not overly upset about it. And then the last, but definitely not least of the set. Pretty sure it's the last. No, kind of already showed the grade here. So I picked up this card up. Got a 10. I like Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix is arguably better. One of the better rookie quarterbacks this year. I think he's definitely better than Caleb Williams. I think he has potential to be better than Jalen Daniels in a couple of years on the team. I think he has better longevity. But this card came back at 10, and this was kind of like, of all the cards I needed to come back at 10, this was it, and it came back at 10. So I'm pretty excited about that. Kind of anticlimactic ending there since I spoiled it, but for my first PSA grading, these are my stacks. I got a 5 and an 8, 3 9s, and then 13 10s. So it's definitely at that 70% range for PSA. PSA again might make me eat my words when it comes to grading cards. I will definitely continue to grade my sports cards through PSA while I have to think about my Pokemon cards. But if you like this content, please make sure you like and subscribe.